It's vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Today on It's Vegan, I have a special friend with me. You've seen Joy on my channel before, and today she's going to show us how she is starting seeds. Now, with Joy and with myself and Emily, we like to recycle things, so we're going to show you how to use some plastic bottles and some other plastic that you buy food in. And that way, you're not going to be just going to throw it in a landfill.
That's right. Hi friends, I wanted to show you a couple things I've been doing for the last few years. My daughter goes through a lot of water bottles and I hate to see them go into the garbage. So I decided to make a little filtering system. When you cut it in half, you have where you put your water and then it feeds the plant from the bottom up, which makes it better for the seed. Let me just show you how you do that. Just take a water bottle, you're going to take that tag off, and most all water bottles are the same. I mean, if you get those real long ones, they're not going to work real well. You want to cut that off about right here. It makes a lot of noise, and then you want to turn it over and cut the top. So the only waste you have is this, but I do want to say, I thought of this the other day. If you cut that in half and you have your little plant started here, you could almost make it a little greenhouse if you wanted.
You could.
You could. Now I keep this lid back on here. This is a mixture of ProMix and organic compost.
What is ProMix?
ProMix is a seed starting mix. I get it Agway, but you'll see in the video, I'll have a picture of that. So you're going to put this dirt in here. You want to keep that lid on so it won't fall out in the very start. And also when you put your dirt in your bucket, you want to keep it moist because it's very dry and it's just going to help that seed better.
I have also used this product and feel that it's a good option if you don't want to buy such a big quantity of dirt.
I'll get my little gloves on so I can pack it down.
Do you always work with gloves?
Well, I have so many of these because they gave us so many when we had the COVID thing. I just like to do it so I can show you the different things to take them off and have clean hands since we don't have any water up here. In general, I usually don't. Here is your start. So now you're going to take your seeds. Now here's the thing about seeds. Some people like to soak them overnight. We're going to do these zinnias right now. I soak these overnight, and what I do is I have a water bottle, but I have it half full with hydrogen peroxide and half full with regular spring water. And I just squirt this paper towel down like this, and that actually makes it better because it won't get like a mold going on it, and that hydrogen peroxide helps the plant. So you try to get that out of there. There we go. It just gives them a little extra start. So now put 2 seeds in the hole, and only because if one doesn't work, you're going to have that other one. And I'll show you what to do if you have 2 in there. And so then you pat that down. Then you're going to take this off. Now this is pretty wet enough, you wouldn't do this, but this is where you would put the water, and it waters it from the bottom up. Another nice thing about this operation is if you go away on vacation, you don't have to have anybody watching your plants for you because you just put that water in there and it'll last a good 5 days. So you don't have to worry about getting overwatered or anything like that. Also, what we're going to do is we take a piece of tape and we're going to put on there what we just started and what the date. Because when you look on the packs, it might say it germinates between 7 and 14 days. So if you look at that date and it's after 14 days, you had some bad seeds. So you might want to just start all over. See, these Romas that I started on 3/15, and if you do the math, you can see it worked. So we have that one. We have some green striped zebra tomatoes. They're very good if anybody ever tried those. And we have some tomatillas that we can make the salsa verde with, I love. And what is this one here? This is just a Hungarian hot wax pepper here. Like I said, I just have it under a grow light in the basement. Now I wanted to tell you about some of these seeds. Of course I saved a lot of my own seeds from last year and the years before. But if you want to start some seeds and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a seed company I've been using for years. It's called Seeds Now. And you can get a whole thing of seeds for only 99 cents as a sample. Look how many seeds are in that pack for 99 cents. If you want to try them, you can't go wrong with that price, and it's always free shipping. I think that's a nice thing. You know, they're all organic and non-GMO. That's why I like them. Because some of these seeds, burpees, look, they're $2.79, and you don't even get that many seeds in a pack. But at least you can try these, try different varieties of things, and if you didn't like it, you didn't spend that much money. But the way to go is to obviously save your own seeds. And any little containers you can save your seeds in too. Now, I didn't have a flat one to show you, but they come about this big, and you soak them in water in their little pods. They're about 11 cents a piece. So if you want to spend some money and get, you know, if you don't want to buy this big thing of potting soil and stuff, you can use these. They're a nice little organic thing. And you can put them in anything to start. I put them usually in a container to get them all, they pop up. And then you can put them in a little egg tray. You can put them in this little recycled mushroom bin. You can find things to put a little lid on, make your own little greenhouse. We found this cupcake platter. Look, that looks like a little greenhouse right there.
Yeah.
All you'd really want to probably do is put some holes on the bottom of this. You can use, actually my husband used a drill and he just drilled it, or pretty much anything to poke a hole in it. You always want to put holes in the bottom of that. I got this little book at a flea market and it's pretty cool. I mean, any journal would work. But the nice thing about it, if you write down everything that you started, then you'll know the days and how many days it takes to sprout, and then you'll know if the seeds are bad or not. Because if it's like 20 days and it says it's only supposed to be till 14, you know you got to start all over again with some of those seeds. Because some seeds just don't work.
If you have started 2 seeds together and want to save both plants, this is a method that you could use. Taking the plants out of their container, then use a knife to cut them apart. Take each separate plant and then repot it in its own container.
Now this is another way to do it. If you have plastic containers that you got at McDonald's or just these red Solo cups, we can also do this. And the nice thing about it is you start the soil way down low, you put your plant in there once it's started, and then you keep adding dirt and it makes that stem really, really thick and strong, so it'll be better for the garden. So I have this one here. So this was already done in a little pod, and I'm only going to put dirt in about halfway, not even halfway, maybe a quarter. Set that little guy in there. Okay, put a little bit more dirt around. Plants are pretty sturdy even when they're this little. And then you're just going to poke that down there. And when the plant gets bigger, you're going to put more dirt in. So see how much dirt is in there? So by the time that plant's up to here, the dirt will be all the way full. And that stem's going to be strong because there's all those little hairs on that stem, and it'll make a better root system. And you'll know when it comes off. Now another thing is when you have this and you're ready to put it in the ground, if you don't want to pull it out because it might break off, you just take your scissors and you're going to cut down there like that and just take it right off. Same with this. Same with these things. Once you're ready to go in the ground, if you think you don't want to, like sometimes you can just push it up through there, and you can see, I don't know if you can see this real close, that little root, you'll see how many roots, that root system will be down to there when that thing's full grown. But you can either kind of poke it up to get it out, but don't worry, you can always just cut the side down and take it out. There's many more bottles, I'm sure, next year. So there you go, an easy way to recycle. And an easy way, if you had to go somewhere, you didn't have to worry about watering your plants because it's right in there. Just make sure you put your label on there, put the date, make sure they sprouted in the days it's supposed to be. And try this seed company. It's pretty cool.
So thanks for joining us and happy gardening.
Thanks.